Alex, welcome back to the Eligible
I'm
Podcast.
just happy to be here.
We actually did this entire thing the other night, but the sound wasn't working. Wah, wah.
I blame the margaritas for sure.
We had a few margaritas. We're still working on the technical side of the setup, but you're back because you're a good friend, and we're gonna redo it, and it's gonna be great.
Happy to be here. Like I said, it'll go better the second time.
So I guess just introduce yourself for anyone who's listening for the first time and doesn't know who you are.
Perfect. Name's Alex Matheny. I grew up in Nashville, so 29 years old. Live downtown in East Nashville now, and just excited to be on here and obviously support SB as she kicks off this Eligible Podcast. So
How long have you been single?
probably been single for like the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Good amount of time. How about you?
Yeah, I've been single for 9 years. I got you beat.
9 years.
Got you beat. But
Just by a little bit.
we're both similar in a lot of ways. I feel like we're both really picky about what we want. And also, I think both of us are okay being single.
Yeah. Like you said, picky though in a good way. I feel like it's like, I feel like a lot of people my age are definitely in the mentality like rush into things and like force it because we're getting older. But like you said, I'm happy where I'm at, happy with like the people I'm with, spend time with. So
Yeah. I've always said I'd rather stay single than get into a relationship and then get divorced like 5 years from now when you have kids and like, it just gets really messy.
yeah, it's definitely like the idea of marriage that I find myself like wanting more and more than like the actual like perfect relationship. So
Yeah.
again, I don't want to rush into anything.
Yeah. Do you feel like you kind of know right off the bat when you meet somebody that you're like, I'm attracted to that person, I want to pursue things with them, maybe?
I think I used to weigh like chemistry a lot more in relationships than I do now. I still like weigh it pretty heavily. Like I want to be able to like be super compatible with them, but like chemistry and compatibility isn't everything. I'm starting to learn.
How do you have a relationship with if you don't feel like you have chemistry, or what would be the alternative to
I'm
that?
just saying it's like you said about hanging out, like being best friends with people. Like
Yeah.
again, it'd be great, but it's like I don't 100% want to date my absolute best friend. Like
Yeah.
I want there to be like sexual chemistry as well. I just feel like there's different kinds of chemistry where, again, I just feel like I've kind of like drawn that back a little bit and like kind of just general morals, what they want in life, what they want in the family, and like stuff like that is like more important now than just, oh, we can shoot the shit and like hang out all the time and be super comfortable. But if they're
Yeah.
like wanting different things in life,
Yeah.
you can be best friends, but it's like if you're going a different direction, it doesn't exactly
So you're
make
starting to
sense.
look at those things before, but you still want both, right?
100%.
Yeah, okay.
But it's just like, I feel like in your like early 20s and stuff, it's just like if you get along with someone, it's like everything else is just secondary. Where now it's kind of like, I feel like there's a lot more equal weight to, you know, what they want in life. So
What gives you the ick?
the ick, sleeping with socks on, I don't know.
For yourself, or if they sleep with socks on?
They sleep with socks on.
Yeah,
I don't know
get
why
that.
that was the first thing that popped in my head.
Is that an ick? Like it would like make you cringe a little bit?
It does, very
Yeah.
much so.
Yeah.
I mean, between that and like, not as much an ick, but more like just my things. You know, those little things like change picture if you like look at it a different way. This isn't an ick at all. It's just making me
What are you
cringe
talking
thinking.
about?
It's like if you're going to like a Walmart or something, there's those like Coke machines where like if you look at it from a different direction,
Oh, like the advertisements?
yeah, it changes image.
That gives you the ick?
If you rub your nails on that,
Oh.
it gives me 1,000% yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so like
You know what I'm talking
sensory
about? That like very high pitch. It's almost like nails on a chalkboard, but not. Has nothing to do with women at all. But
I
for
take it
sure
you
it-
don't like ASMR content.
no, I do not. Not
Okay,
a fan.
interesting.
Yeah. See that?
What are you doing today?
Minor chills. Like actually,
You didn't even hear it over the headphones yet.
That's true.
You're gonna be listening back to this podcast and be like, "Damn it, SB." Any other icks?
Other icks. Like I said, I mean, again, morals. I just want like people to prioritize right things. I feel like if they're just still late 20s and still in their going out phase,
Yeah.
trying to figure things out, like I definitely want to date intentionally. Where like an ick is like, hey, we're X amount of time into this, and I know nothing about you. Or you're just not at a serious point in life to be ready for something. Just dumbing it down to be in your party phase still, I feel like is an
Yeah.
ick for me. So
Yeah, that's fair.
what about you?
I don't like a lot of like chest hair.
I thought you were gonna say chess, like chess players. I was like, oh,
Yeah, chest.
it's usually
players.
intelligent people that are chess players.
No, I don't know. I don't like. Sometimes when I see a guy and they like look like they wouldn't be hairy, but then they take their shirt off and it's like so much body hair. Like I don't know. I'm just not attracted to that. And I have friends that are really into like burly hairy
Yeah.
men. And I don't know. I just think about the way it would feel on my body, and I just don't like it.
You're kind of closing your eyes like imagining it, and I feel bad for you.
I don't like it.
So what's the right amount of chest hair? Are we like
I could go
new
with-
baby boy? Like
Yeah, I could go with none. To
Oh,
be honest,
wow.
I'm not saying you have to have none, but like I get nothing from it.
now you're gonna be concerned for the hot tub hot takes. I have to like show the amount of chest hair I have in front of you.
I actually didn't notice how much chest hair you have, so I feel like it
It's
wasn't enough to...
absolutely none. So.
Yeah, okay, great. Do you shave it?
No,
I just don't have it.
I know. Now it makes me feel like I'm less of a man because I don't
No,
have any. But
I don't see
put
it
me
that
on
way
the
at all.
spot. I'm feeling that.
Sometimes they have hair in their abs. I'm like, what is going on?
I feel like that's normal.
I don't understand that.
It's called the happy trail.
No, not like lower abs. I'm talking like full 8-pack with like the
Oh.
whole rib cage lines of hair.
So the hair can ruin the fitness of a guy if he's like super
Yeah.
in shape but has hair on his abs. Done deal.
Yeah, and I know that's like definitely a personal preference, but for me, this is me being super picky, right? Like, but I just look at that and I'm like, oh,
Not at all.
Or like, have you ever seen when like their hair is like super curly and like it looks like little like curly dots around their whole.
I can't say I find myself staring at guys' chest hair very often, and if I would, I'm not gonna sit here and blast myself about it.
Yeah,
So
that's fair. That's an ick for me though.
no, I agree. Harry is. I don't know. I think it's just on our side. Like, love girls with like good hygiene. So I mean, hygiene's a big plus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I say that, but I also appreciate like the natural beauty in a girl.
Yeah.
Like I don't need a girl to be like dolled up all the time or in makeup,
Yeah.
but like kind of like chest hair, I guess. Just like good hygiene. Not having good hygiene is definitely an ick.
Yeah.
So
How many times do you think a girl should shower a week?
see, that's like the washing the hair thing. I didn't know girls only wash their hair like what 3 times, twice too much.
I wash my hair once a week.
So I think I wash it every day. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's bad for it, but
I mean, you're not trying to like grow it out or anything. So
what is the effects of it? What am I doing to myself?
you're not. I wouldn't say you're doing anything. The reason girls do it is because,
The oils.
well, like for me, I have very naturally curly hair, and so I'll wear my hair natural sometimes. But for how I feel like I look the best is when it's styled like curled or straightened. But when you put heat on your hair, it's really bad for it. And then obviously every time you wash it, you ruin that style. So if you want like I curled my hair this morning, if I want this to last till Wednesday, I need my hair to not look dirty after a day. And so the way you like do that is by training your hair. And so by not washing it, it doesn't get greasy as fast.
Eligible podcast on esthetician podcast.
And I'm not like a beauty influencer.
I know,
or
that's what I'm
anything.
saying.
I just kind of know that you're not supposed to wash it a lot. So yeah.
Have you ever thought about being a little more blonde?
I went blonde this summer, and you know what happened?
What happened?
My hair started breaking, and it was super dry, and then it would only be like the color blonde that I liked for like 2 weeks after I went to the hair salon, and then it would turn like more of like a yellow, and it was just like a lot of upkeep, and it was really expensive. And then I went back to brown, and it started growing immediately. It's already back to like being like smoother. My eyes look bluer, and
Your eyes do look blue.
yeah. And when I went, my hair girl, I was used to paying like around $200 when I was blonde, and I went and she was like, okay, that'll be $105. And I was like, you just cut it in half because of what? And she was like, all you did was toner. And I was like, okay, great. So it's less expensive too.
So what hair color do you look for in a guy? What features in a guy?
I don't actually have like I don't know if I care about that necessarily.
What about facial hair though?
Not a big fan.
Like none at all?
No, I think that's fine. Like I don't know. I feel like it depends on the person, but I'm not out here like, oh, I wish he would grow a beard, you know?
Yeah.
But then I know some people look silly without it, so it's like.
So you want a chest hairless, beardless, like are you?
I would like a naked mole rat, please.
Say a bald man.
Like a little pretty boy. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I think like what you have is fine. I just don't want like things to get stuck in it. That also gives me the ick.
In the chest hair?
Well, no, like
I feel like you're kind of making the motion.
like a beard.
Okay.
I wouldn't want like if you were eating and you had a really big beard and then there was sauce stuck in your beard. That would give me the ick.
I feel like that does happen though to guys.
I know. Ick.
There's so many icks. Got to keep up with them. What's your top ick? I feel like you didn't get into it.
That's a good question. I don't know if I have a running list. I feel like it's like you see it and you're like, that's an ick.
I feel like I see like
Flip-flops.
flip-flops are an ick. No, I just feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole.
That's
What
okay.
about guys in Birkenstocks? That's not flip-flops.
No,
I feel like they're making a comeback. Are they
That's
not?
fine, but like where are you wearing them? If you're wearing them
No.
to church, that's a no.
You can be honest with me.
Olivia's behind the camera like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Birkenstocks, like, don't wear them to church, but if you're like on a cruise, maybe.
I just feel like what casual shoes can a guy wear though? Like if I'm going out to a pool or like to the lake, like what shoes are acceptable? Open-toed shoes for guys. None.
I like Chacos.
I don't like.
I was gonna say those are bad.
Yeah, Chacos are huge. I hate Chacos.
I just ordered Chacos. I love them.
I don't like.
I was a camp
Chacos.
counselor though, so I feel like I have like a rite of passage.
Qualified you?
Yeah.
Maybe you should leave it with camp counselor.
Hot take. I like my Chacos.
No, I mean you do you. I feel like that's one thing that always has impressed me with you. Is you are always very confident in yourself and who you are and what you do and what you wear.
Do you think that is like bad for some guys?
No, I feel like you want a girl to be confident in like who she is. Love
Hasn't
herself.
worked out for me. I'm still pretty single.
And 9 years is a hot run, but you seem happy though. I wouldn't stop anything. Like I said, there's no rush.
Yeah. What's your next vacation plan?
Next vacation, I'm going down to Tampa at the end of this month.
Okay.
I think
again,
the week
Florida?
after, Florida again. Just got back from Florida, but
Is it family this time or?
Friends. I like multiple friend groups. I don't like commit myself to one. It spreads myself a little thin sometimes. I feel like my friends would agree with that, but hurts my communication for sure. I'm sure you know that. So
yeah, well, we talked about this a little bit the first time we tried to record this.
I didn't know if you wanted to rehash it.
We can rehash it, but it was basically the recap was that we talked about how you have a lot of friend groups, a lot of friends, and you like it that way. Where I've always been someone who, if I'm in a friend group, it's kind of on accident. Like I became friends with somebody individually, and then got adopted into their friend group, and so I always have like individual or like friendships with one or two people in a friend group, and then everyone else is just kind of like we're hanging out for group events, and that's pretty much it.
Are you the person that likes to instigate hanging out with friend groups and friends, or are you more like reactive, like, oh yeah, I'll come join?
I would say I'm definitely the initiator most of the time, and sometimes I think I get my feelings hurt sometimes because I feel like I'm always initiating things, and then I'm like, oh, no one ever invites me to do things, and it's probably because they just know I'm gonna take care of it. Like they know I'm gonna have plans for us over the weekend or like whatever it's going to be. And so I kind of just taught myself not to be like, oh, they don't want to hang out with me. It's just that I've established myself as the one who's going to find us something to do. Yeah.
Girls initiating dates, guys initiating dates. 50-50, doesn't matter.
Like what would I prefer?
Yeah.
It's hard because obviously if I want to go on a date with them, I would want them to initiate. So I don't want to get on here and be like, all guys should initiate dates, because odds are I probably don't want to go on a date with you. Does that mean?
No, it's not mean.
So like I don't want to like put that out there and then have all these people asking me on dates and then me having to be like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, because then I just feel like a dick.
It's just tough starting an eligible podcast. Not available though. Do not reach out to me.
But if I am interested, then I would want you to initiate it. What about you? I feel like I hear a lot of guys saying they like it when girls initiate because they're tired of getting shot down.
Absolutely. I like it when like if it's a church or like a gym setting, I feel like it is bold of a girl to come up to a guy and like say something. Guys take to that super well whenever a girl kind of initiates conversation or anything. I know it's tough because most of them come up and be like, I just wanted to like know, are you single or are you dating anyone? Which is kind of like a jump right into it. You got to make a judgment call about it. But again, it is flattering as a guy if a girl makes that first move.
I think there is still that fear for girls too. Like we don't want to be rejected, especially if we're going. I think obviously guys feel that way, but historically that's kind of just how things are for you guys. Like you're supposed to be the ones kind of put yourself out there, but I think there's definitely a fear that most girls have that they're gonna get rejected, or like they think they're not pretty enough to talk to a guy that they find attractive or whatever it is. I have several friends that are like, I will never approach a guy and say something, and they may not admit it, but it's strictly out of fear of rejection.
I was about to say strictly the fear of rejection, but it's like tough because guys, if you obviously reverse the roles and like, oh, I'm gonna go sit next to this girl that's by herself at church, or like go up to a girl after her set in the gym, like now you're towing like, oh, she's definitely not going to maybe take this as like complimentary. It's going to be like, oh, that's super over the top, like creepy. Where it's like guys are never going to be like, oh, that was creepy of a girl to come up to me and talk to me. It's always a nice cordial like, oh, sorry, I'm not interested. It's always like very respectful. I feel like girls, it's tough if you're in a guy's shoes, like, oh, if you're going to do this, like you're definitely weighing like, oh, is she going to go out here and think I'm some odd guy? Because I'm like, odds are I'm going to be back at this gym or back at this church again. All of a sudden she's like, there's that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just depends on your personality too. I don't think there's a scenario, even if I didn't know you, that I would feel like you were creepy. But maybe that's just because I know you. But I think you can just tell when you can just read people's energies, what their intentions are and what they're looking for, you know?
Isn't that kind of like the same with like dogs though? Like dogs are good judge of people. Like they like go towards people that are like good humans or something. Yeah.
But I can tell what a guy is looking for or what kind of guy you are based on the pictures from my Hinge profile that you like.
So talk about like a guy's brand like on social media, on Instagram. I feel like you can also tell like by like who they post with or what they post. Like if they have a bunch of beach pictures or like something with that, like, but you like a guy's probably like more conservative with his family or just vacations or something.
I think you can tell, this is kind of niche, but I feel like I don't mind a shirtless picture on Instagram. I don't care, but it's like, is every picture shirtless? And it's also very much about the way your face looks in these pictures. Like, are you trying really hard to be like sexy, or are you just like on a beach smiling with your friends? Because that doesn't make a difference to me. But also, I do think there's a difference between someone who is established as a creator, as an influencer that is posting these things, and they've created a brand for themselves where they are using their physique or fitness to promote their content. And as somebody in that space, like, I totally understand that, and that isn't a red flag for me.
Okay.
But if you have like 500 followers and are just posting ab pictures with weird faces in the gym selfie, like, that is a difference to me.
Gotcha.
But if you're getting photo shoots taken and your body is part of your brand, I totally understand that, and it doesn't bother me.
So long story short, whether it's like a Hinge profile or an Instagram, you're pretty good at saying, like, seeing what this guy's about. So if he like DMs you, one, it could kind of be genuine based off it, or two, it could be like obviously the completely wrong intentions. Yeah. Just based off how he kind of presents himself.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell the guys that they have plenty of girls in their DMs. So you like know you have to stand out if you're gonna shoot your shot with that.
So what is your go-to shoot your shot if you're going in a guy's DMs? Are you like
I've done a couple things.
Are you a high smiley face girl, or are you like
absolutely not?
I'm just making sure.
Absolutely not. No. Are
you a I know this is random but type of girl?
No, I recently did one that was just like, not to be super forward, but I've like known who you are for a while, and that sounded creepy. That's not what I actually said.
Didn't sound creepy at all.
But like, I basically said like, I think you're really cute. Yeah. If you ever want to get drinks, like, let me know. And I just like be really upfront with it, because if you're not, it leaves too much room for misinterpretation, or I'd put everything out there. So like, I did what I can do. If you're not interested, then I don't care. I'd check the box for me, you know?
I gotcha. So what was the hit rate on said recent DM?
Pending. Yeah.
Gotcha. How long has this been pending?
A while.
Okay. Like days, hours?
Oh, no, I got a response.
Okay.
The response was friendly and not reciprocated. Yeah.
Reciprocated.
Yeah. It was just like, I feel like maybe I was swerved a little bit, but hey, whatever.
He knew what your intentions were. You put it out there.
Yeah, I swerve people all the time, so I can't be mad when it happens to me.
You got a solid amount of Instagram followers, so I feel like you get some pretty spicy DMs.
I really don't. Really? Is that weird? Maybe I don't check the request folder, but I don't think I get a lot of crazy stuff. I get a lot of like reactions to stories, but like that's easy to ignore because you put zero effort in.
Yeah. Yeah. But is that like the new way of flirting these days? Is like liking a girl's Instagram story?
Yeah.
Like not even responding, or like responding with emoji, like literally just liking it?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like give you an interested vibe? Like if a guy does that? Okay.
I would say so. Unless we're like close friends and you're just like supporting, you know? But usually it's like, if it's somebody that you don't talk to that much and they like your story, that's kind of like a easy way to be like, hey, notice me. Hey, remember I'm still here. I saw this. You know, that kind of thing.
I gotcha. I might need to stop liking so many Instagram stories then. Just kidding. Joke.
I would say, Alex, you have a pretty naturally flirtatious personality.
Is that a thank you, or? Because I feel like sometimes I like get told that. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm never like overly flirtatious. It's just like
you're just really nice. Girls aren't used to being nice too.
So be a little meaner.
No. You keep doing you.
Thank you.
you have a charm to you that is nice. So don't lose that.
I'm gonna start blushing.
Oh, so shirt's matching your face now.
Summer's around the corner. Are you excited for summer?
I am.
You gonna come on the lake on the boat with me?
Is that an invite?
Of course. You know I'll invite you. Sounds like I need to initiate more stuff.
Alex is out here acting like he would be inviting me if I didn't give him shit for this last time we filmed this podcast. Of course you're invited. I've never invited you before, but of course.
It was the initiating thing. It's not that I don't want you to be there. It's just like, invite yourself at that point.
I've been to tailgates and I've had the chicken minis. Your mom makes amazing chicken minis. If anyone out there wants to date Alex, just know you're getting a package deal of a family, because his mom and his dad make the best Titans tailgates and they're so welcoming. Well, that is nice of you to say, and I guess it is going along with the rest of my family. That is 3 other sisters, which are a lot to handle as well, but they're fun. They're cool. They are very cool. You know, other thing I was thinking about the other day is like, I have a dog, right? And then on some days I'm dabbling on the idea of like, another dog? Do I want another dog? But then I think about, there are cute single guys out there with 2 dogs already. And then like, what if we fall in love and then all of a sudden we have 4 dogs? So you're jumping to the in love status of moving in together with 4 dogs before we go on dates. I think we're putting a couple things ahead of the other here. I'm worried about the dog situation. You're a great guy. Go to church. But the dogs, it's not going to work. I think I would be okay with 4 dogs, but I think that might be something that would scare off a guy.
I'd be okay with 4 dogs. I feel like most people would.
Really? You would?
I mean, you have 2. What's 4? You have 2 kids. What's 4 kids?
Okay, how many kids do you want?
3.
Okay.
At least 3. Probably not more than 3.
What would you do if you had triplets?
That would be the quota. Met immediately.
What if you already had 2 kids and then you had triplets? It is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is.
God's plan.
Yeah, bunk beds. Definitely not behind a bigger house, but no, triplets would be cool. I feel like it'd be fun, like, naming them, especially because I feel like I know, like, maybe 1 pair of triplets and they're all, like, rhyming and stuff, so.
Rhyming?
I don't know. It's
oh,
like
man.
Bailey, Haley, and Jaylee or something. That's kidding. That's not their actual names. But you know what I mean.
Oh, man. Do you have kids' names picked out, like, already?
I feel like I know what I like.
What's it?
More for a girl than I do a guy. I love guys' names for girls.
Yeah. Like Blake?
I like Blake. I really like the name Ryan for a girl.
Okay.
I feel like I envision her as a blonde. Sorry. But I just feel like Orion is a very, like, blonde name.
So over the blondes. The blondes. Everyone's blonde.
Everyone's not blonde.
Yeah,
the last girl I dated was a brunette, so.
Yeah, proud of you.
You give me a hard time about it. I'm like, my dating record's pretty strong with brunettes.
I think I'm just secretly mad because I've always wanted to be, like, a bleach blonde girl, and I just can't. I can't do it. I've tried. My hairstylist won't let me. It doesn't fit my skin tone. It's just annoying, but
I feel like you have really good hair, like really good brunette hair and really blue eyes. I mean, like,
I do have the blue eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're green. They change with my outfit. And I feel like that's like.
Do your eyes change with the seasons?
I don't know if it's seasons. I do feel like they have 3 tones. It's like really blue, really like teal green, or like dull gray.
Or are your eyes technically hazel?
No, hazel would be like a mixture of like green and yellow.
Green and brown.
Or brown, yeah. I don't have any brown. Like it's always some sort of like blue-green. It just, the tone of it changes. Like if I were to wear like a shirt that was bright green, my eyes would turn more green.
Gotcha.
I think that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Eyes change color. I know. I think mine are hazel. They change a little bit with the seasons.
They look hazily, yeah.
Get a little green in the summer, get darker in the winter. I don't look too much. Honestly, I forget sometimes what color eyes I have, but.
Would you ever dye your hair?
Absolutely not.
I thought you were about to say absolutely.
What color would I dye my
I
hair?
don't know, you get some like ice tips.
Frosted tips?
Frosted tips.
Some Backstreet Boy kind of stuff.
What are things that girls do that we don't know that we do that are attractive?
Girls actually being into sports. Like,
okay.
And I feel like
pickleball doesn't count.
Pickleball does not count. At a sporting event or something, they're not just like the girl like post an Instagram story or something, but actually into it, enjoying it, or like follow your sports team that you mutually like and like know the players or something. Like
I do that.
You do. You're a big Redskins fan. Yeah.
Commanders.
See, did you even know that?
Knew what?
That was like attract like guys like that about girls.
I guess it depends on the guy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, but that's not why I am into sports, I guess. But it's nice. Okay, so being into sports, what else?
Just generally having a routine, like being put together, like.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Yes, you are. Like doing this, like setting up things, like just being organized in life. Like I feel like there's a lot of girls that are like a little more disheveled and like don't have their stuff together. Where it's like if you're just someone that's like on your P's and Q's, like very attractive.
You just wouldn't be very impressed with like the status of my car or my bedroom. Yeah.
Is it that bad?
It's not good. I'm like a messy girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you just in like a messy girl era though? Or is this like something we're okay? No,
this
is how we live.
When my mom used to tell me I have to like clean my room, I would just take everything and shove it under the bed.
I mean, I would do that too, but like
you grew out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It just like doesn't bother. I don't know if it's like there's a thing I've been learning recently about people with ADHD, and it's that you have this like object permanence stuff. So like you could have like a stack of trash or books or table like on like a area and you walk by it every day, you just don't even notice it. Like it doesn't bother you.
That would bother me.
You know. But like for me, it's just like, oh, I didn't even realize it was there.
No, I think I put something on like my steps the other day. It sat there for like less than 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't just let this sit here.
I've had a stack of unopened mail, and I know it's all junk mail. Like I know none of it is anything I actually need sitting on my steps for 3 months. It's just one little. It doesn't bother me. It's just
not hurting anyone.
It's not hurting anyone.
But I still, back to the point, I think you still have your life together. I think it's still a very good thing. I think this is like more like cleanliness, OCD, but it's like just, again, doing regular activities, being active.
Are you into the sundress thing? I feel like guys are like, oh, sundress. So
I don't know, like growing up in the South, I mean, sundresses are very attractive. But again, I think like I'd go back to like the girls without makeup like that. I appreciate like girls dressing down. They're like very casual, kind of similar to a backwards hat. Like whenever girls are just like kind of chilling, it's like, again, very attractive.
How do you feel? I know a lot of guys like don't like it when girls are too much into social media. Feel about that?
I don't think it bothers me. I mean, like for some people, it's definitely their job. Where like I can appreciate it, but I feel like you look through a different lens whenever you look at social media. So it's like you're looking at like sometimes I'm sure it is for like personal stuff, but it's like it is your life, like in terms of like how you make money and how you like do stuff. So I think there are certain people where it doesn't bother me at all, but there are others where like, you know, a casual girl will just have screen time of like 5 or 6 hours a day, and you're like, you're constantly just on it scrolling. I don't know, but I'm subject to that too. I mean, I'll mindlessly scroll as well, but like, I don't know. There's a balance for sure.
What's on your algorithm right now? Like if you were to scroll some videos, like what kind of videos come
The
up?
most guy of guy stuff, sports, golf, working out. It's awfully basic. It's terrible. I could probably pull it up and show you. You'd be like, that's bad.
That makes sense.
Insert a couple blondes, but kidding. What's on your algorithm right now?
I had a lot of travel content, a lot of the like just like trending audios, like sometimes just people dancing.
Yeah.
Like the basic.
I don't get those as much.
Yeah. How do you feel about plastic surgery? Do you like fake boobs?
Absolutely not. I will follow that again.
Is that a hard no for you?
I don't want to like harp on it the third time, but it's like saying like a naturally pretty girl.
Yeah.
Like I do appreciate that, but I mean, I know girls or want their Botox or want their lip injections or something. Like if there's something like you need, like feel confident, like by all means. But like,
can you tell when a girl has Botox?
No, honestly.
What about lip filler? Usually,
I mean,
no.
Usually you ask them and they tell you, but I mean, it's not like I go sometimes looking at girls' lips and stuff. But I'd say like other kinds of like major plastic surgery, I'm not as much a fan of.
Yeah, that's
But what about guys?
Plastic surgery for guys. I really like it when they have a calf implant. Just, ooh, so sexy.
So what do guys do that we wouldn't know other than a backwards hat that's attractive to girls?
I think it's like the one hand steering wheel thing, or if you drive manual.
Okay. So you think driving manual is attractive?
Yeah, I can't do it, so it's like.
I support that.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to learn?
No.
Do you like learning new things?
Yeah.
Just not driving manual?
No.
No aspirations?
Would it be hot if a girl could drive manual?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, well maybe then I'll try.
I mean, I'd say that's like kind of up there with like sports though. It's kind of like, it's like a very like
you're doing things
manly thing. Like,
you like a manly girl?
I guess I'm making it out to be that way, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her with chest hair too. Like, kidding. What is an ideal date for you? First date, second date, third date. Because I feel like all of them serve different purposes when you're starting.
First of all, my body just got like a visceral reaction because that was a lot of dates to commit to.
I feel like you still enjoy the idea of dating and stuff. I feel like you always just get like scared of it all, but it's like.
Okay. This is going to maybe be, I don't know if controversial is the right word, but maybe not the normal. I would rather meet you in a group setting, like when I'm around my friends. Like,
absolutely. Dating apps suck.
I would say like first date, I would want to be like, come to trivia with me and my friend group. Because A, I'm going to see how you react with other people. B, I'm not going to feel pressured to like carry on a conversation and make it feel forced. And it's just going to be like, I feel like I'll be able to be myself and just have a good time with you there. And I'll also just get to just decide whether or not I think you're cute. You know?
And you get your friends' feedback on what you think about so-and-so. Yeah.
Second date, maybe
drinks, maybe more personal.
Yeah. Like maybe dinner. We talked about this last time too, but I like get weird when people buy me things. I don't know why. Yeah. I feel like maybe it's because I've just been so independent and have never had that. Like I've never really had anyone like spoil me. So I spoil myself. Like I'm very used to buy myself nice things or like take myself out to dinner, whatever. But I'm not used to having that from somebody else. So dinner also sometimes like makes me feel like, are they going to be like annoyed that they're paying for me? Which is like, such a weird mentality to have as a girl, but like that's where I go to for whatever reason. I feel
like drinks is better because like dinner's a long time, like an hour and a half, 2 hour dinner. Not saying conversation be tough, but like the classic first bite, and you're like, you're giving them that hand to face. You're like, oh, this is tough. And it's like the whole like in between appetizers to entree. I just feel like sometimes it makes conversation a little bit cut up, but also like difficult. And if it is not going smoothly, like 2 hours is like, you could do that a lot quicker over drinks. Yeah. But I agree with the first date about doing something in a group setting or like outdoor.
Some people are like, that is so weird. Like, you shouldn't do that. And I don't understand why. Like,
first date in a group setting?
Yeah. Some people are just really against that.
Like, it's tough if you are meeting people like through DMs or through a dating app saying, oh, yeah, let's not hang out just us two that are obviously into each other for a reason. Come hang out with my random group of friends.
Yeah. But for me, I want somebody who is going to be really social and outgoing and has that type of personality that could talk to anybody, because that's how I am. And I don't want to feel responsible for making sure my partner's okay because they're shy. Like I don't find shyness attractive. I I have a very extroverted personality, and I want somebody to, I'm not saying you have to be as extroverted as me, but I feel like I need somebody that has the personality to hold a conversation on their own and not be afraid to come into a new group setting, because vice versa, if you asked me to come to your friend group, I would be totally fine and like not nervous or weird about it.
Yeah. And again, I think there's a balance too. I dated a girl where we'd like go to like a group setting. I'd like introduce her to a couple of my friends. Then I could find myself wandering off. And again, it may not have been for like an extended period of time, to give it like 20, 25 minutes and like come back. Obviously, we'd have conversations later where she would be a little upset that I'd like leave her for that period of time, where again, I understood because it was like a new group for her. But like, I'm kind of like you. I feel like sometimes I look for a person that has that balance where they're like totally okay. Oh, you're fine. Like, go back to doing what you're doing. I'll keep talking to so-and-so. Like, I've gotten to know them. They're cool. I don't know. I definitely want a girl that like quickly gets comfortable. And I feel like most of the friends I'm going to bring them around, it's not going to be someone that can't hold court, like can't hold a conversation with a girl that I'm dating.
Not
so
leaving you with a bunch of weirdos. Like, I know these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. So first date group setting, second date personal. Now you've kind of liked
third date activity.
That's what I'm saying. You've kind of figured out each other.
Actually, first date, let's go to a Titans game. But I like sports, so like.
I don't know. I feel like that's like a lot. That's like setting the expectations.
It is a long.
High.
It isn't okay. Maybe you're right. First date. That's like.
Yeah.
If we're talking time span, like that's a long time.
If you've like known someone, and it's like you were saying, it's been a friend for a while.
Yeah.
Totally cool. But if it's like, hey, like nice to meet you. Let's go to the Preds game. Let's go to the Preds playoff game. Like expensive tickets, expensive nights. You're not going to talk to them a lot. What kind of vibe are you really getting?
I actually did go on a first date to a Preds game one time, and I didn't talk to them very much.
It's a tough setting. I feel like that's definitely like a second or third date after you like got to know them.
I think there was just no chemistry. Also, couldn't tell you the guy's name.
Okay.
I can't even really picture his face anymore.
How long ago was this?
Yeah, so it was back in Bronte era.
You seem happier now than you were then.
Yeah, definitely skinnier. Sometimes I look back at pictures and I was like, what the fuck was I doing? Why did I wear those skinny jeans?
Like, speaking of that, you look fantastic, but thanks. Like, how often is too much working out? Do you like a guy that's like super into his fitness? Do you want to work out together? Is that weird?
No, I don't think that's weird. I really like working out with I like working out with guy friends just because I feel like they push me to be better. So
are you like going to like a burn boot camp with them, or are you like going to like a YMCA? And
no, first of all, I'm not really into cardio. Not a big cardio girl. Like I'll walk on the treadmill, or I'll maybe do like a 20-minute spin class. Yeah. And that's my limit. And I love walking outside, but I will not be running. I have flat feet and it hurts. So I won't be doing that. And then I just like lifting.
So how often, like when is a workout date normal? Because I feel like it's like a normal day as well. Like, hey, let's do whatever.
Like how many
core power
how many
together.
Dates in? Yeah.
Obviously early on, I feel like it's a little off. Like you don't like, hey,
know.
Nice to meet you. Let's go work out together. But like, again, if that's something you're into, I just feel like it's not a very abnormal activity.
No, I just feel like it depends. I don't know if I have like a hard number. Just whenever it feels right. You would take Pilates class?
Yeah. I had to think about that one. I'd probably try it out. That's the one with the big block on it, right?
It's like the machines that slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one with like all the bar. It looks difficult. It doesn't look easy.
I think it's fun to take guys there. I've never done it, but I think it would be fun to take a guy there because it would just humble them so fast.
Yeah, I would fall into that bucket. I would get humbled. I think I did hot yoga like more regularly did hot yoga this year, and like that was already humbling me.
I don't think I could do yoga as a date though. I don't know. Guys probably don't even know this, but like, and maybe this is just me, but when I do yoga, like I start farting. Like it's like you put your body in these weird positions, and it's like I'm definitely gonna fart at least once during this yoga.
During the yoga class?
Yeah, you just like sticking your legs up everywhere, and like there's just air flowing.
I get you. I get you.
Guys don't know that. Like
I didn't know that was a thing. I think I selected the fart-free yoga class when I went.
One time I went with my friend who also does my hair. Her name's Presley. We went to yoga. I was doing yoga and then just like a little fart came out and she just started laughing in the middle of the yoga class. And I was like, Presley, please don't call attention to it. So I don't really like doing yoga anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think I was doing.
Do you find it like unattractive when a girl farts?
Maybe in that setting, it might be a little tough to recover from.
You couldn't just laugh it off.
I mean, I could laugh it off, but let's say said boy is in that yoga class, like definitely gonna go talk to that girl after that fart. Like, probably not. But I feel like that's a fair thing to say.
You just do a yoga class, so understand.
I know. I did one, and it wasn't a fart, but it was hot yoga, and I was like, this was nearing the cool down, like 50 minutes into it, and it was the one where you like push your legs into the air, and I was like sweaty as can be, and it's like where your back catches the ground like weird, and it makes that fart noise.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. I know exactly.
And I ripped like at least 5 of them. And I mean, there were a couple like heads I saw pop up and look over at me. And
It's just my back.
I literally go, I swear, like I was like, it wasn't anything. Ruining the zen of yoga that was going on.
Don't ever drink coffee before yoga. It's bad. Pilates though is a little better.
Pilates, again, I would be into that. If a girl eventually asked me like, hey, like I do Pilates, like come do it with me, I would go on a little Pilates date.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on a walk date as a first date?
I like to walk. I like that I don't have to have forced eye contact. Eye contact.
Because you're looking forward.
Yeah, eye contact makes me feel uncomfortable. Is that a red flag?
No.
Like, even now I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at you and I'm like, I gotta.
I know, now you're just like staring at me way more intently.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't really like eye contact. That's not even like a dating thing. That's just like anyone. I have a hard time making eye contact. I feel like it's uncomfortable.
Then what about like the touch barrier? That's been like a new thing. Like when should that be? Like, okay, you're kind of making a cringe face, so please elaborate.
I don't know when this shift happened for me, but I used to not have any problem with like touch, and for me I think it kind of goes into the love language things, but I think my friends know that I don't really like to be touched, especially if I don't like I'm not aware of it or if I don't see it coming. So like if I'm like looking this way and you like put your hand on my leg, like if you're close with me, like it doesn't bother me, but it will catch me off guard, and so like you'll see me kind of like jolt a little bit. So with dating, I don't like the touch barrier. I just feel like I get in my head about it if like a guy is really touchy-feely.
You want to be touched when you want to be touched.
Yeah, like I think I will make it known. Maybe I won't. Maybe this is what everyone thinks.
We're making this very sexual.
Let me rewind, because I don't know when this happened, but as a love language, I actually do really feel like I crave physical touch, and like I want to be like held, and I want to be like babied, and I want to be snuggled. But early on, I feel like if you're like touching me a lot, it just makes me feel like you're expecting some sort of physical relationship with me that I'm not necessarily ready for. And I know that may be like a limiting thought of my, like maybe it's just on their perspective, they're just trying to show interest. But for me, it's like, oh my God, do they think I'm sleeping with them tonight? Like,
and that's where I feel like it probably goes like, I probably have more of a flirtatious personality than I'm like aware of. Cause it's like, again, first day or like going out to dinner or something, like I'll open the door and just like, again, not being weird, like, lower, like on the way and just like, oh, come on. Like, and I'm not like being weird. It's just like, just touch, just like awareness. And I feel like you would not like that at all.
If it was like a first date.
Or if like literally walking to a table, it's just like, it's not like weird. I'm saying like a lot. But
I think I'm the abnormal one here. I think I'm the one that's not traditionally like that wouldn't bother most girls, especially if you were there on a date and you like knew you were both interested in each other. Like, right. I'm the one that'd be like cringe at it. I don't know why.
So you mentioned love languages. What are your love languages?
Okay, I think in like friendships too, mine is I like to give gifts. Yeah. I love like seeing something and like thinking of a person and buying it for them and giving it to them. Yeah. I like receiving gifts, but I don't like need that. It's just like kind of like middle ground for me. And then I would say quality time, probably.
Yeah. Like you said, like two friends, how you like showing it. Mm-hmm. Like I definitely started learning too. It's more like there's different ways that you like giving love and there's different ways you like receiving love. Mm-hmm. You may think you have these certain love languages, but that's your love language of giving, not receiving. Having 3 sisters, you start to like think about this kind of stuff and zodiac signs and all that a lot more like probably than the regular guy. I would say like acts of kindness is like a big one for me. I'd say for receiving. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like you're probably used to this too. Like whenever you're so used to being single or by yourself or like throwing away that 3-month-old male by yourself or like putting the dishes away. If it's something where she cooked a dinner and did all the dishes and did everything by myself, and it's just like, I just feel like that's such a nice gesture. Like the act of kindness of just doing that, where I'm just so used to doing that or taking out the trash or making the bed. Those little things, like for some reason, like go so far with me. Yeah. If
it were me doing that, you would know it was an act of kindness because I don't do that shit for myself. So if I'm doing it for you, then it's for real. But have you heard of like, I don't know if it's an official 6th love language, but there's like a new one that people are like, oh, like maybe this should be the 6th love language, and it's feeling remembered. So it's like, say I say in passing, oh, I really love hot mustard with my McDonald's, and then you just remember that next time. Like you have a note in your phone and you're like keeping track of like my orders from different places so that you don't have to ask me. You just feel known.
Yeah. I think that's just like a general thing. I wouldn't even say it's a love language. I'd say it's just like being and like intentionally caring about the person you're with. Because I mean, like a girl I recently dated, and I only remember because I put a note in my phone. Like she loved, and this is gonna be like, oh my God, why would she like that? But like she liked the beef eater from Jason's Deli, like the big old like French dip sandwich. It was the most random thing, but it's just remembering those little things. Like it just makes them feel very much more appreciated.
I guess that kind of goes into acts of kindness too, like being able to surprise your person with stuff because you've remembered it. So maybe it's like the same thing. Yeah, I'm not used to having that happen for me, so I don't get surprised. If you're talking about like sad things about being single, I don't get surprised.
Don't make this sad.
No, but I just like, I don't, no one ever, and this isn't
how
about
depressed
being single.
are we being single?
Because I'm the friend that does do gift giving and like does like to, I'm a planner and an organizer, and I like to go all out and go overboard and be really like extra because I'm that person for everyone else. Like no one ever really does it for me. Like no one is like planning me surprises and stuff, and I'm fine with that. But I'm like, there's sometimes that I was like, I wish there was just someone out there that like did what I do for everyone else for me. But I can't expect that from them because that's not their personality. And they do things for me that I can't provide. Like, I have friends that are so much more in touch with their emotions and feelings and stuff. And they can say nice words to me. And, like, I don't really go out of my way to be like, gushy, 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 love you so much. Like, I don't, those types of feelings, I'm like, you know I love you, you know? Like, don't make me say it out loud.
Have surprise party for SB's.
SB's birthday is. But yeah.
The little things that go along with being single, like again, living by yourself. I recently don't have roommates, or it was like just coming back, and I think we mentioned this the other day, because like you and Adley and your boss like go around just like singing in the house, and I'm like sometimes like I found myself the other day kind of like, it wasn't a proud song, I think it was like Blink-182 that I was like, and it was like awful, it was terrible, but I was just like by myself, where it's like you've known to kind of like just share moments with, where it's not even like the surprises of people like caring to like do things, just like the daily tasks or activities that you're just like kind of doing it by yourself, which again I'm still like comfortable with, but it's like you're getting to that point where it's like you want that partner, you want that, I say all the, she says small things from like, you know, upstairs.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for coming and doing this again.
Of course.
I don't know if we got the same exact conversation.
Cleaner content, for sure.
Yeah, you guys missed some of the dirty moments, but basically Alex was talking about how he likes butts over boobs.
Spark notes, sure.
Spark notes, yeah.
If you want to shoot your shot with the shallow guy that likes butts over boobs.
No, he's not shallow. Hot Tub Takes comes out on Thursday, so be sure to catch that. And if you want to shoot your shot with Alex, eligiblepodcast.com/shoot.
Shoot it.